Stay tuned for today's Antidote, brought to you by the Renegade Success Network. Today's Antidote features a healthy dose of thought-provoking insights and information for business owners, entrepreneurs, leaders, and nonprofit professionals. Each day since March of 2020, this program has offered that one thing to help you continue on your own unique pathway to success. And now, Renegades, we bring you Bob Graham and Tom Brush.
To do Monday. Uh-oh, Tom's frozen. Oh, no. You froze for a second.
Yeah, not good.
It's going to be one of those days. All right,
could be.
I'm prepared to seize the opportunity if it presents itself.
Very nice. Very nice. Good morning, everyone. We think we're here, but I'm Tom, that's Bob, and this is today's Antidote, our weekly show,
our daily show.
Our daily show where we try to provide that one thing to help you move forward, whether that's today, you take advantage of it, or maybe you'll take advantage of some other time in the future. And as we go through, one of the things that we love about the show is within our discussion, which today will be about opportunities, is we love the feedback and the comments that we get, because it impacts what we're saying, and it shares with others what you're thinking that might be able to help them move forward. And as we share our one thing at the end of the show, we hope that you will do the same, because what you're thinking might be different than what we are, and what you share might be beneficial to someone who needs it, again, whether today or in the future. So please feel free to comment and add to the show. So it's been an interesting first couple of minutes of this so far with opportunities. Bob, what's your little take on that?
My little take on so opportunities are things that they're choices we can make, right? So something presents itself. You say to me, "Hey, Bob, there's this company that needs help with their human resources." And I go, and you say, "Oh, that might be a good idea for you because it's kind of what you do." And I go, yes or no. And I either call them and talk to them about it and go, "Let's do it." Or I say, "No, that doesn't fit who and what I am or what I want to be doing." And I make choices. So to me, the idea of opportunities is really about making choices and recognizing the things down the proverbial road. So it's not that we're just having everything come at us. We're taking decisive action. And before the program, we were talking about the Suez Canal being clogged up. And the one ship got turned and it's all cockeyed and things are all messy because of that. And, there are 300, 400 ships that can't go through the major canal that gets 90% of what we get from overseas comes through that canal. There were choices made. There was a windstorm. Now there's talk that there was pilot error along the way. And so there were opportunities there, opportunity to get through that canal really quickly, but they didn't get through it because they made some choices, knowingly or unknowingly. Yes, a sandstorm came through. And I think that's what happens to us in our business. I was thinking over the weekend of how many times in a week I make a choice related to an opportunity. Every time you meet a person with networking, you have an opportunity. You can pursue that person, what they do, what their network can bring to you, or what we often do, we've all done it, is you meet that person who'd be really good for you, and then you're like, "Oh, shoot, I never called him back." Well, now it's been 3 months, too late to call back. So I think, to me, looking at opportunities is being focused on making decisions, making choices going forward in a very proactive way, not the it's Monday morning, whatever comes. No, it's Monday morning. I'm going to do this program, and then I've got a client call, and then I've got to do some other things. Then I've got to check on 2 opportunities that I have that I haven't heard back about, and taking decisive actions towards achieving whatever it is and being consistent with what you're trying to do, right? Because it's only an opportunity if it fits what you're trying to do.
Correct. And I think that there are always, as you said, opportunities that come to us. And I think there is also the opportunity to evaluate and understand what we have done so that we can consider, okay, this is what we've done. This is what we've tried. How has it worked? And from all of that, what did we learn? And what can we now choose about? We're at the start of we're almost at the start of a new quarter. We're wrapping up one quarter and starting another one. And so I think, yes, will opportunities come at us all the time? Absolutely. And then we have to choose whether they are a part of what we're doing or not. We'll talk more about that this week. And we have the chance to go back and look at, okay, how did the first quarter go? What were the things that, back to my 3 questions, what went well, didn't go as planned, and what might I do differently? And from that, we have a chance to now look at, okay, what are the opportunities that are in front of me? What are the things that I could consider? And as you say, make a choice about, how do we move forward? And I think often we sometimes don't take advantage of that piece of it. We're always looking for new opportunities.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think that's one of the things. Another piece of it comes to mind is that people often say, well, there's nothing going on. And I say to them all the time, it's like, well, have you called some people? Well, no, they know about me. It's like, an opportunity is only an opportunity if you think about it, if it works for you and that person you're working with, right? It's got to be an opportunity for both parties to be useful, because otherwise, if you present me with an opportunity, hey, Bob, let's go to California for a week. The weather's great. We should go out there. We could surf. And I go, Tom, I don't surf. I don't really have a week to go to California. I got kind of a lot of things going on. That wasn't an opportunity. But if you said to me, hey, Bob, let's go to Florida and play golf. I got this free place. We can play all the golf we want for a week, no expense. I'd be like, hey, Tom, let's talk. I might be able to make that work. Now it's an opportunity, right? And I think as I'm thinking through it now, it's like an opportunity is when both people's interests coincide.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's absolutely true. And for yourself, it can also be, this is something that you have done and want to continue doing it, want not, decide to not continue doing it. All of those things provide you with opportunities for choices. And I think that's that's to me, as I think more and more about it, is like, how do we decide on what those opportunities are? And how are we clear that it's an opportunity and not just a dream or a
mirage?
Yeah, right. It's not really real. It's out there. Maybe it's real for somebody else, but at the moment, it's not a true opportunity for us or for you.
And many distractions masquerade themselves as opportunities in our minds.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt. No doubt. I think we can create opportunities in our head that, again, are more of a mirage or a dream than they are truly. Is this a real opportunity that I have that I can choose to take advantage of or try to take advantage of?
It's a complicated topic, really, when you think about it, because opportunities, one of the things I struggle with in the idea of opportunities is it's so broad, because anything could be an opportunity. That's why I like when you talk about it, what have I done in the past? What worked, what didn't work? How can I improve things? All that really takes that huge concept and brings it down to something much more manageable. And I think that's the thing for me is I'm someone who sees a million opportunities. I don't always execute on the things to make them work out. And so having them confined more by, hey, well, what have you done in the past and what's worked and has this fit together? But again, it's making choices. And I think it's being proactive, not, well, I'll just let whatever happens. That doesn't really work.
No. Well, yeah, I think that if it is an opportunity, even those things are, if you really want to know what are opportunities, there are things out there that we could take advantage of, that we could decide this is something that could be beneficial for us, that might provide a return or a result that we were looking for. And I think, I think you started off more saying it the right way, is that they're coming at us all the time. Every TV advertisement is an opportunity. to take an action, right? Every conversation we have with someone is an opportunity to take an action. So we are bombarded with opportunities all the time. The challenge, as we'll talk through during the week, is how do we select those that have the greatest return on investment, or they're going to provide the greatest at the end? Because there are a million opportunities out there. You think about your conversation last week about mining Bitcoins, right? And that's an opportunity. There's no doubt that's, and I think, they are all around us.
Bitcoins or opportunities?
Well, I don't know anything about Bitcoin. So the fact that you could mine them in your basement, that was news to me. So I think that, yes, there are opportunities all over the place. Bitcoins, I'm not 100% positive about.
But that's part of it. It's not, you could find out about it this week. Someone might call you tomorrow and go, hey, Tom, did you know this, and you go, whoa, hey, now it's an opportunity. So part of this is being informed, being aware enough of what's going on to assess whether it's an opportunity or someone else's opportunity. I mean, how many times have you had something that came your way and you go, yeah, this isn't for me, but I know someone who can help you. If someone said to you, Tom, I need a lawyer, you're not going to suddenly go to court with them. You're going to say, I have a couple of friends who are lawyers. You ought to talk to this person because she's probably going to be able to help you out more than me. That we might think of as a lost opportunity, but I would argue that that's an opportunity just making that connection.
Sure. And is there an opportunity for you to go become a lawyer in that situation? Sure. When you go through it, does that make the most sense?
Probably not.
Yeah, maybe or maybe not. It's hard to, it's so easy to make sort of anecdotal judgments on things,
right,
rather than go back and truly understand all the possibilities that surround this opportunity. And I think we also have to put ourselves in a position where we're being exposed to the right opportunities. We can be around, and I think that's critical about where are you and who are the people you're talking with and what are the things that you're attending and where are you better understanding not just every possible opportunity and understanding where are there opportunities that fit within what you're trying to accomplish. I went on and spoke at this conference last week, and the speaking engagement was an opportunity. The connection with everyone I made out there is an opportunity. And so now it's a matter of, I put myself in a position where I was going to have more opportunities. I could have stayed at home and not done it, or done it virtually like some other speakers did, which is an opportunity. And I think by putting myself there, I created more opportunities for different connections, for different different knowledge. And I think that's also important for us, is understanding, the opportunities we have to attend things or to be at places or to show up in a certain way can create further opportunities. I feel like I used the word opportunities about 8 times in that.
7, I counted. Well, and I think what you talk about with regards to showing up is really important. You can hop on a Zoom call for networking and be like, yeah, she's another Zoom call. I don't care if my hair's messed up, if my sound works. I don't care if my phone rings 18 times. Or you can be on that Zoom call all in and say, I'm looking for opportunities. I'm going to make the most of this experience. Whatever that is, whether that is, I've gone to networking things where the whole goal for me is just to refine my, 30-second pitch. I've gone to networking opportunities where there's one person in the room that I'm desperate to talk to. That is the whole goal of the thing. But what I try not to do is go into anything in my business endeavors passively. Well, whatever happens with this program each day, Tom, who cares? We're stuck doing it, whatever. And I see that in a lot of people when they get tired or frustrated, is they stop seeing the opportunities. They're demanding that opportunities find them. And I don't think opportunities find us as much as we have to go out and pursue them.
They can, I mean, like I said, all you got to do is open up almost any email you get, right? And
but the good opportunities don't come at you.
Probably, you're probably.
I don't get a lot of emails from people going, Bob, I'd love to pay you $10,000 a year to coach me. Haven't got one of those emails yet. If you'd like to send me that email, I'll be happy to give you my email address. But, right? I mean, everything that I've achieved in my business has come from relationships, has come from hard work. There's very little that drops in my lap.
Well, correct. I mean, I think you're right, because typically all of those opportunities come from things that you did before. Relationships that were created at some point, that the opportunity didn't show up immediately, and it did show up at some point. And I think that's a piece of it. You talked about being all in, and we talked about that last week. So if anyone has questions about being all in, you can go back and watch last week's shows. And I think when you are all in, more opportunities arise. Your whole comment about the networking thing is so true. With anything, you could show up and be there. And yes, something might find you, or you can be all in and have a better chance of discovering, identifying, having opportunities show up in front of you because you chose to be all in, not just there. And I like
the word discovering. That's a great word. Discovering opportunities.
Well, I think that's the thing, is that I think when you discover them, they're typically because you have done some other work, that you are out sort of actively searching for them, not waiting for them to be thrown upon you. Because now what's coming is usually somebody else's opportunity rather than one that might be best for you. And I think, the challenge is, and we'll talk more about this, how do you evaluate them? Mm-hmm. What are the opportunities that are going to add more benefit, and what are the ones that are not as beneficial for you?
Well, I like to think of opportunities as building blocks. Your speaking last week is a building block towards greater speaking opportunities. Now you can leverage that one. Hopefully you'll get a testimonial from them, and you'll be able to go to someone else and say, I did this great work here. I'd love to bring this to you. Also, the people there may mention you to someone else. So go home and talk to their spouse and be like, oh my God, this guy was awesome. You've got to bring him into your company. And that's how I think of opportunities. They stack on top of each other. And to get to the big opportunities, you got to build a whole bunch of ones below it. You don't just get the $1 million account your first day in business.
Absolutely. Unless you're really lucky.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens.
Sometimes.
Not often.
But I wouldn't count on that any more than I would expect to win the $1 million lottery this week.
Somebody won it.
So, but of the 302 million entries, one person won.
Correct.
Those odds aren't real good to me.
No, so there is an opportunity there, and yet the chance that it'll be realized is probably pretty minimal. And I think that's, as we try to figure all of this out around opportunities, trying to find those ones where the return is greater than that, or has a better chance than that, is probably the ones that we want to try to head down that path.
And we'll talk more about that this week, as we said. So, Tom, as we wrap this episode up, what's that one thing when we talk about what opportunities are that we can be doing today to improve things for ourselves?
I think just understanding that there are opportunities all around us, and not to, I don't know the right word, not to discount any situation that you're in or anything that happens around you as a potential for an opportunity. I think the idea of going to a networking event and just being like, oh yeah, I'm here, I think is a great discussion about, are we all in? And when we're all in, we can find opportunities. And I think what happens is sometimes we discount those experiences or those actions or those, places we're at as there's no opportunity. One of the things that in a conversation with my last coach was, we never know who could put us in front of an opportunity. Sometimes the people who, which is interesting when they talked about it in terms of sharing what you do professionally with someone. And you just never know who knows somebody who could be in need of whatever it is that you offer. And so if you're not able to explain that, and you don't share it with others when they ask, if your neighbor asks you, what is it that you really do? I'm not really sure. Your neighbors could be like, why, it seems like there's always a light on in that back porch early in the morning. What is it that you do? You can say, well, I'm just a coach or consultant. So that's one way, because you're probably dismissing the fact that your neighbor might know other people. I used to think about it with kids sports. You're standing on the sideline with all these other parents. Are they exactly clear not only what you do, but who you're looking for? That is an opportunity. That is an opportunity when you're asked to share something about who and what you are to maybe leverage and not discount that what you don't think is a very strong opportunity could actually be an extremely beneficial one.
Nice. I like that. I'm going to throw some comments in. From Tim, we have "Anything Can Be an Opportunity" by the great Bob Graham. I've heard of him. And then another one from Tim. You've got to play the lottery to win it. With opportunities, they are around us all the time. Much better than a 1 in $365 million chance of landing some good business. I think Tim is being facetious. I think he's using the lottery opportunity for business. But I think the odds of you being successful in business are greater than 1 in 365 million.
And they might or they might not be. If, like the lottery, all you choose to do is create your business name, your chances might be 1 in 365 million for it being successful.
No, if you create an LLC, it's guaranteed, Tom, you get business. It's in the books. Read it.
Okay. I'll go back and I must have missed that chapter. And I think that's the thing, and I think sometimes we look at things and don't see the value of the opportunity in front of us. And, so often we try to continue to move forward, putting our name out there, hanging up a shingle and saying, okay, I'm open for business. Who's going to show up? Or are we all in and we go in and be like, not only am I hanging up the shingle, but I'm actually actively out trying to find more opportunities, put myself in a position where there are more opportunities that will be in front of me.
And to genuinely help people. I think that's a big part of the opportunity equation is you've got to be willing to genuinely help people with the problem.
Yes.
If you're the 5,000th lawyer on a street, you're probably coming in late to the game. Now, if you're the 5,000th lawyer on the street and you do something different,
or you explain it different,
right?
That's the opportunities. Yeah, there are 5,000 lawyers out there. Okay, they don't have the same. What's real for them isn't the same as what's real for you. Right. So the way that you have impacted your clients is very different. And if you choose the opportunity when asked what you do to talk about how you've impacted them, rather than just say, oh, I'm a lawyer. And I'll be like, oh, okay, you're the 700th lawyer in my network. How does your name come up any of the other 700 unless you have really taken that opportunity to share with it why it is that you're the lawyer of choice. You're the business of choice. I think those are opportunities. There's no doubt about it. And I think so often we don't see them as an opportunity.
Tom, why don't we wrap up? Tell us about the opportunity we have with the Ring of Renegades Facebook group. See how I did that?
So can I share this with you?
Please.
I'm going to diverge for a minute. Diverge? I think that's right. Someone was sharing with me that when somebody tells a joke, they don't go back and say, hey, did you see that joke I told? So when we go back and say, you see what I did there? It kind of throws off the entire, it's not as.
I have a hunch I know who said that.
Well,
that's good feedback.
You're kind of like saying, hey, stupid, did you catch my joke there? So just to That's just a little.
No, I like that. I like that. That's an opportunity to improve how we handle this.
Correct. So let's just, there's your other tip for the day, folks, is that if you have to say, hey, that was my joke, or hey, that was sarcasm, you're maybe like not really as funny as you think you are. Anyhow, yes, there is.
So, Tom, why don't you explain to them how there are tips within the Ring of Renegades Facebook group?
There are always tips. Yes. Anyhow, if you have enjoyed this conversation or you're really intrigued what the last 3 minutes were and are like, yeah, there's something weird going on here. And sometimes that's a really good opportunity. You should join us inside the Ring of Renegades Facebook group. Because the Facebook group is a community growing of people trying to help one another take their next step forward. They're a group of people who are tired of the status quo and of listening to the constant echo or constant noise of the echo chamber. So join us. All you have to do is go to Facebook, search for Ring of Renegades, and just ask to join. Now, it is a private group because we want to create space where people can feel comfortable sharing the things that they are facing, share the opportunities, share their concerns about wondering if they're all in or not. So that's why it's private. All you need to do is tell us why you're a renegade, and then you can become a part of this growing group that has lots of things going on, lots of great conversations inside of it, and an engaged population of people who truly want to try to figure out where are the opportunities, where do they lie, how do I not miss them? So please feel free to join us. We will see you there, hopefully, or we'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time for our next edition of today's Antidote. And if you're not certain about where those opportunities lie, or you feel like you have opportunities, but you're not taking full advantage of them, a great way to overcome that, especially as you look forward to what does the next quarter bring for me, for my business, for my team, or my organization, you might want to consider the Renegade Success Network, where we are helping members move forward. And one of the best things about it is the laser solution session. So when you're uncertain about if that's an opportunity or what opportunity can I find within this challenge that I'm facing, we offer laser solution sessions, which are 15-minute conversations that are there when you need it. We're the hotline that you call when you're struggling with something within your business. So here is some more information about the Renegade Success Network. We hope that you will come be a part of our group. Have a great day.
Are you struggling to make your vision a reality? Are you stuck and don't know what to do next? Are fear and doubt holding you back? The Renegade Success Network will help you determine the next steps on your pathway. Here is some of what you will get. Create your pathway call to start you on a better path. Unlimited laser solution sessions to keep you from getting stuck. Nurture your network events to build your network with other successful leaders. Monthly Renegade challenges to prepare you for what lies ahead. The Renegade Success Vault, giving you access to videos, tools, and tips on specific topics anytime you need them. And the Renegade Success Network community, an exclusive Facebook group of like-minded renegades, all working towards achieving their goals. You have a choice. Do it yourself and fumble forward slowly and alone. Or join the Renegade Success Network and be part of a community built to help you find your own pathway. Join today at renegadesuccessnetwork.com. Act now and jumpstart your journey on your own pathway